You have probably heard the quirky rumor that British tanks were designed to make tea. But is there any truth to this legend? In this video, we are going to separate fact from fiction and uncover the fascinating history behind the British Army's love of tea, even in the heat of battle. So keep watching our channel, The Curious Corner. In the 17th century, the British East India Company began importing tea to Britain. However, high taxes on tea made it only affordable by the wealthier classes. A cup of tea became an activity associated with luxury, and people who can afford to drink it were considered high-class people. Till the 18th century, the British East India Company had a monopoly over the tea industry in Britain. Tea became more popular than coffee, chocolate, and alcohol, and its consumption was encouraged by the British government because of the revenue gained from the taxes of tea. Since then, the United Kingdom has been one of the world's largest tea consumers, drinking 100 million cups of tea every day. That's almost 36 billion cups every year, making them wanting tea every time they are stressed, bored, working, or doing nothing at all. Life inside a tank is dangerous, frustrating, and physically demanding. Tank crews had to spend days inside their vehicles during tank operations, unable to stretch themselves and sit comfortably. Sitting in a tank even for 10 hours can exhaust a person, resulting in British soldiers having little tea breaks during operations. The British tanks didn't have the technology to detect their attackers from a distance in the early 1940s, resulting in tank operators frequently coming out of their vehicles for tea breaks, making their armor vulnerable to enemy attacks. In 1994, during the Battle of Normandy, a German tank commander blew up 14 British tanks in less than 20 minutes, as the crews were outside their tanks having a tea break. 2 years later, the British Research Council found that crew members outside their tanks were responsible for 37% of all tank casualties from 1945 to the conclusion of the war. So they came up with a solution. When the Centurion tanks were developed near the end of the war, the designers included a new gadget in the turret of the tank. The electric boiling vessel, or BV, is a device that warms water through turret's electrical system, which was powered by the auxiliary power unit, which is a type of a power generator installed in a tank as a separate source of power. It works even when the tank's engine is turned off and is quite helpful in stealth attacks when you need to turn the engine off or in case of emergencies, ensuring that there is a reliable power source available for communication and life support, even if the engine is dead. The boiling vessel device was a lifesaver for the British tank operators, as not only it can provide heated water to wash clothes and to warm food, but it can also fulfill the need of the soldiers to have a hot and refreshing cup of tea even on a radioactive battlefield.